Hello everyone. In this video, I want to talk about basically this one anime called Angels of Death. Basically, the anime, long story short, can commemorate this day, which is basically Halloween Day, where you have trick or treating and basically you have creepy stories or there's anything creepy and scary here and there. This anime can be kind of creepy around the halfway point and somewhat of the beginning point, depending on what your taste is, whether you like slash hack and slashers that are mad and crazy like Zack, or you have basically someone that's misunderstood like the main character girl, or basically other antagonists that gets in their way. Now, the basic now, if I had to say anything else about this anime, I would like to say in the beginning of this video for foreshadowing for my channel, I would like to at least make two more or three more videos based on this anime. But back to the subject at hand. Um, this video basically is more on the creepy side to commemorate this day. So the thing is about this anime, you have a whole lot of stereotypes. Even though I was telling my girl this last night that you have like a whole lot of stereotypes that you could play with when it comes to ideas, even though it's pretty creepy but not that creepy, again, depending on how your speed is. Now, Zack is basically one of the main characters in the series. Um, I'm not going to spoil that. I'm not going to try to spoil that much on how he is, but basically he's known to be like a mad slasher that's basically into like slashing up people, whoever smiles or in a good mood in general, or especially if you're in a good mood and you're doing something wrong. Now he's going to come after you real quick, faster than the people who are in a good mood in any way possible. It really depends on his speed because he has a he has a thing where basically you smile or laugh, then he's gonna come after you and slash you up. Kinda like back in my previous video about the Purge video when I was talking about an analyzation and thoughts on Victor's ass compared to basically the main antagonist from the first Purge, Skeletor. Their thing was they hack and slash people and tally them up on their body and whatnot, whether on around a torso, chest, arms, anywhere, just to tally up how many kills that they have done and how many victims they have basically produced as well too out of their kills. Now, aside that from Zack, it would be just one of the most like interesting things and interesting characters that I like to talk about when it comes to this video would be this priest. Now, again, I'm not trying to spoil stuff. This is just me per se foreshadowing and me talking about what is to come in the anime per se. But it's just there's this creepy priest, and even when you try to attempt to watch this anime, you're going to see on the cover art that there's this priest in the background where he's pretty creepy in the face, but still kind of like trusting and arms open. But it's just don't let that fool you by the end of the day because he's still an antagonist, not a hard antagonist like other people, but he is pretty much still an antagonist. My thing with the priest is just one thing. Let's get to the ground pieces about the priest. The ground pieces of the priest is just basically priests, whether in fictional stuff like horror movies, especially like this past summer, like The Nun, for example. You have basically Christian-like figures half the time in in like scary movies or anything fictional. They're going to be creepy. So this priest's going to be in some type of asylum. Which my bad. I should have said that in the beginning of this video. I will admit that. But yeah, basically in this asylum-like place, um, or a prison. You're going to be in this prison, and you saying that you basically are just an individual who is a priest and all about God and whatnot. But it's just, man, nothing but bad vibes. It's just the same thing again with the Nun. Now I have not watched the movie Nun, but I'm just saying, and like referencing or comparisons, that does not excuse the priest of being creepy, potentially creepy. Now, real life, I would like to point out that basically, whew, yeah, like priests in real life, they're no better. You either have like some news about them doing stuff here and there, or basically they could be accused of doing other scrupulous things and whatnot, depending on what it is. That, and again, you kind of, I don't know what your deal is, whether you're trying to help rehabilitate these people or something else, but it's just you wound up in that asylum slash prison for a reason. Um, and yeah, it's very questionable on why you're there and etc. At least Zach is like you kind of have a backstory, and he has reasons, just like how the other inmates and antagonists. Um, to even the main character, little girl named Ray, um, or her nickname is Ray. Basically, that's all I can remember. I think yeah, her name. I think if I correct, her name was Rachel something. But yeah, basically Rachel, the main character, she wound up there for a reason. But you, man, no, you acting like you basically, um, all like glorified and you holy and you ain't done no sin whatsoever. You're trying to either rehabilitate or you're trying to do something else in this prison, one way or the other, or asylum. Now, getting deeper into it, it would be just what he does in this anime would be just the fact of, well, to basically ring put a little ring to this video. Notice my shirt right here with the Batman Arkham Asylum shirt right here with the patch on it that I made. Basically, what he did here, what he does here is just he has this ability or this thing where he makes illusions out of like steam, dusts, and mists or whatever, or gas in different ways, and you're just going to be, well, pun intended, mystified in the whole, like act. Whether he's trying to judge you and he's trying to know, like, okay, why are you here, or what is your stance when it comes to, in God's eyes and blah blah blah. Basically, he's just being a stereotypical priest, trying to see who he could judge and who he should execute per se, or see what their line is when it comes to this asylum slash prison. And basically, it's really what's the word? It's very creepy the way he uses it. Again, I'm not going to try and like spoil too much, but I would like to say he can manipulate things like typewrite an old typewriter to type for himself hypothetically, and he has the ability to you know like I'm trying to think of the word, like use basically manipulate some type of illusion, like alchemy, in the sense where things are real but they're not real at the same time. Now, again, if I had to make a reference to my Batman Arkham Asylum shirt, it'll be kind of like how back in the day when you played Batman Arkham Asylum 2, and you had Ra's al Ghul as one of your villains to fight. Basically, it's like that because if anyone can remember, Ra's kind of does manipulate gas and mists as well too in his fighting style, um, along with basically how he tries to take you out when you play as Batman in the game. Now, another example of another Arkham inmate when it comes to manipulating illusions, it would most likely be Jervis Tetch, aka Mad Hatter. He's the same way. He's very much the same way. I don't know. I forgot if he uses exactly the same like techniques when it comes to mist and illusions, but he does do that along with his like mind control Mad Hatter technology when he brainwashes people through masks and whatnot as the Mad Hatter. Actually, now if I do think about it a little deeply, most likely Tetch did use some type of illusion in the second one just as much as he used it in the last game, Arkham Asylum The Dark Knight. But aside from all that, yeah, the priest and basically the Angels of Death uses different methods when it comes to the mist slash gas method. He even also uses the method into like kind of manipulating and conjuring, manipulating or like somehow summoning some type of blood in a sense. Like it's not real blood, but it's basically some type of like manipulation of illusionary and whatnot when it comes to his ability with gas and mists and whatnot. But other than that, yeah, that's basic. That's basically the whole video. That's the whole video with this video about how a priest could how basically the priest is used in the anime Angels of Death. If I have to say anything else about the priest, it'll be just he was always fascinated with the main character, Rachel Gardner. If I think I remember that's her name correctly, but yeah, Rachel Gardner. He was obsessed because don't nobody doesn't know how long she's been in this asylum slash like prison, but he always been obsessed with her, thinking, okay, are you a sinner or are you a sinner? Like, are you doing sinful, harsh acts on purpose, um, in malicious type of in a malicious type of angle or purpose, or um, are you basically a justified soul in God's eyes per se? Different things as a priest. Again, it's just basically a priest can be a very eerie, creepy dude when you look into the anime to a degree. He's not that creepy, but he's pretty creepy at the same time. It really depends. Again, it depends on how your speed is and how you take things in to a degree. But again, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and please leave some comments and or try to create a conversation about this really. And if you have anything else about this video, please make some references. If to be fair, if I had to say anything, some paranormal like movies, anyways, when it comes to asylums or prisons, they do tend to have those type of tropes, background tropes in movies like that when paranormal activity or ghosts or souls here and there just floating around in prisons or in you know like different asylums depending on what it is. Yeah, but yeah, again, leave some like comments and conversate about this. Thank you. Bye.